Hi, I'm Will Wang, President of HFG Trust. Thank you for joining us today. I've got Mike Tallman, our Senior Trust Officer, on board. Welcome aboard.
Thanks for having me, Will.
I thought what we would do today is spend some time talking about trust services. In 2016, we chartered a trust company. For the longest time, HFG was a registered investment advisor. Today, we are a state chartered trust company. And so the first question I have for you is, why did HFG become a trust company?
Well, HFG started the trust company because we wanted to take care of our clients. Prior to us forming the trust company, we had to send our clients to someone else to provide trust services. So we felt that what we could do is provide direct and better service to our clients so that they didn't have to go work with someone else in their time of need.
Gotcha. Well, for those out there that have never maybe heard of trust services, what's included in trust services?
Well, really, it's part of the overall estate plan, and so in the estate planning process, a trust could be part of that. As part of your will, we could be named as a personal representative, and then also from a power of attorney standpoint, which is while you're alive, you can actually name us as a financial power of attorney, and we can take care of your finances that way as well.
So for many viewers that are out there that have estate plans and they visited with an estate attorney, many of them have their family members that are fulfilling those roles that you just suggested. What would be the reason to select a corporate trustee like HFG Trust and not having a family member?
Yeah, so what we see is that sometimes the family dynamics can be a little challenging, between siblings in particular. One may not like what the other one's doing if they're taken over as trustee, saying that mom or dad wouldn't want it that way, and so they get into arguments and discussions. We call that the Thanksgiving dinner. And so, are you going to continue to have that Thanksgiving dinner going forward together as a family, or are they going to be separated? And a lot of times what we see is that, the individuals decide that a corporate trustee that's independent would be a good thing for their particular situation.
And a lot of our families, clients that work with us are actually blended. In those situations, a corporate trustee is helpful or actually a detriment to their family situation?
It's very helpful in that particular situation because you have his family and her family coming together. Each individual has their expectations and what they expect to happen when one of the other individuals passes away. And what we see is that we're able to be an independent third party and really help make sure that what each individual wanted to have happen actually happens.
What are some of the things you've had to take care of that are probably things that you would never inflict on your children or your cousins and uncles?
Well, some of the things are just inventorying every item in the household. So if you go into an individual's house and you look at all the things that they have, your responsibility of a personal representative is to come up with the value of their estate. So you think of all the knickknacks that grandma has. You're going to be individually taking a look at that. Now you might say, well, how does a corporate trustee do that? We actually work with individuals that's what they do. And so we have those resources available for us that we can just turn to and say, okay, here's what we need to do in this particular case.
So it'd probably be a good idea to start talking to grandma right now and not be part of the Hoarders TV show and start telling them to start selling and categorizing things the right way.
Makes things a lot easier.
For clients that are probably looking for a better or deeper understanding of trust services, can you share with the viewers maybe a case where we have helped a client and what their family situation was like?
Yeah, so in that particular case, we did have a blended family. An individual, he married a second wife, and she had children of her own. He had children, and they lived out of state, and he put a trust in place, and we were named the trustee. When he passed away, we were able to step in and just continue to work with his widow. We had a relationship with her, so she knew us. We were able to continue to just help her along in her finances and get distributions that she needed, work with all of her accountants and attorneys. The other thing that we did was, it was an emotional time for her. And so she was really distraught over losing her husband. And, we were able to come along with someone that she knew and just continue to work with her on a regular basis on, what the finances that she needed and get her financial situation all wrapped up the way we needed.
Well, that's great. Well, trust services sounds like a pretty holistic service. For people that are maybe not familiar with trust services, is this service only for the ultra wealthy, or people that are sitting there saying, I can't afford that, how can I do something like this? What's the cost on something like this? Is it affordable?
It can be affordable, yes. It just depends on the level of work that we do. But generally, what I would tell you is that we should sit down and just come up with a game plan for you to see if it is something that could fit for your particular situation. Particularly for those that have family members that live out of state, or you're a blended family. Another option or another opportunity to put a trust in place is generally because you just want control, because your kids aren't ready for any amount of money if you were to pass away. So for instance, just to throw some figures out here, we've worked with clients that have $150,000, $200,000, $300,000, that they don't want to hand their 17-year-old that kind of money. We can help in those situations, make sure that they have their finances in order before they actually get the full dollar amount.
So what you're saying is really trust services can help families of all different wealth sizes and different size of families and situations.
Absolutely, yes, we can help.
Okay. Well, if you have any questions about trust services, please feel free to reach out to Mike Tallman, our Senior Trust Officer, and I thank you for joining us today.